Very good morning to everyone. This is Shubhangi Rao, working as an assistant professor in Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at MLR Institute of Technology. And today we are going to discuss about uniform plane wave in free space. Let's start. If you remember in previous session, we have seen general form of wave equation, and there we had used 4 Maxwell's equations. Okay, and by using those Maxwell's equations, we have derived wave equation for E, D, B and H. And today we'll discuss about uniform plane wave in free space. So let's assume that electromagnetic wave is traveling in free space. Okay, we will consider that the electric field is in x direction. Okay, while magnetic field is in y direction. It is in E is in x direction and H is in y direction. So what will happen here? Both these fields, means E and H, they will not vary with x and y, but they will vary only with z. They will not vary with x and y, they will vary only with z. Okay. Also, we need to consider one more point. They will also change with time as the wave propagates in free space, right? So, what are the conditions? They will not vary in x and y direction. They can vary with z. Also, they will vary with time, right? Now, let's consider this equation number. Previously, we had taken this equation as modified Ampere circuital law. So, del cross H is equals to J plus dou D by dou T. Now, we are considering that the medium is free space, right? And let us assume that the free space is a perfect dielectric. For a perfect dielectric, J will be equals to 0. So, if J is equals to 0, this equation becomes del cross H is equals to dou D by dou T, right? Now, what do? Here, if you notice, we have curl and we have dou by dou T, right? We need to take one coordinate system. So, we are going to choose rectangular coordinate system, or we can call it Cartesian coordinate system also, right? So, we will express this D in rectangular coordinate system, right? So, I'll just rewrite this equation. This equation was dou by dou T D, right? So, D we are taking in rectangular coordinate system. So, this can be written as dx ax plus dy ay plus dz az. As you remember, this Cartesian coordinate system, here we have 3 axes, x, y and z, and they are parallel to each other, right? So, this equation can be written as dou by dou T dx ax plus dy ay plus dz az, right? Now, this part also we need to take curl of H. Again, H also we are going to consider in x, y and z coordinate system. So, when we take curl of H, it becomes dou Hz upon dou y minus dou Hy upon dou z ax plus dou Hx by dou z minus dou Hz by dou x ay plus dou Hy by dou x minus dou Hx by dou y az. So, this is curl of H, and this term is as it is, dou by dou T dx ax plus dy ay plus dz az. Now, we have previously discussed that the wave is traveling in, E is traveling in x direction and H is traveling in y direction, right? So, let's see for H. As we know that H is in y direction, okay? So, according to this, the Hx and hz term will become 0. So when it becomes 0, this equation becomes minus dou by dou z hy ax plus dou hy by dou x az is equals to this term as it is, dou by dou t dx ax plus dou y ay dz az, right? We also know that hy is not changing with x, but it will change with t, right? So hy is not changing with x as it is in uniform xz plane. So we can say dou hy by dou x is equals to 0. Means which term will become 0? This term becomes 0. So the new equation becomes minus dou by dou z ax is equals to dou by dou t dx ax plus dy ay plus dz az. Right, now we are equating LHS and RHS of this equation. So this equation we get as minus dou by dou z hy is equals to dou by dou t dx. In place of d we will put epsilon e and this equation becomes minus dou by dou z hy is equals to minus epsilon dou ex by dou t. If we rearrange, it will become dou hy by dou z is equals to minus epsilon dou ex by dou t. Let us give this equation number 1. Now, to derive another equation, we are going to take another equation which belongs to Faraday's law. According to this, del cross E is equals to minus dou B by dou T. Now here also, just like the previous case, we are going to consider one coordinate system which is rectangular coordinate system, and we are going to take curl of E and we are going to expand B also. So when we do so, this equation becomes dou Ey by dou z minus dou Ez by dou y ax plus dou ex by dou z minus dou Ez by dou x ay plus dou ex by dou y minus dou ey by dou x az is equals to minus dou b by dou t bx ax plus by ay plus bz az. Now, as we know, E is in x direction, so Ey and Ez will become 0, right? So the remaining terms in that equation are dou ex by dou z ay plus dou ex by dou y az is equals to minus dou by dou t bx ax plus by ay plus bz az. We also know that component of ex is not varying with y as it is uniform in xy plane. So this term dou ex by dou y will become 0, and we have only this term dou ex by dou z ay is equals to minus dou by dou t bx ax plus by ay plus bz az. Now we will equate LHS and RHS, and we can write, we will take only y term from this side, means this term. So this equation becomes minus dou by dou z dx is equals to minus dou by dou t by. If we put b is equals to mu h, this equation becomes dou ex by dou z is equals to minus mu dou hy by dou t. By rearranging this equation, we are going to get dou by dou t hy is equals to minus 1 upon mu dou ex by dou z. This is our equation number 2. Now we have two equations, 1 and 2. This is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Now we need to solve these two equations. So what do? We will differentiate equation number 1 with respect to t. So when we differentiate equation 1 with respect to t, we get dou by dou t into dou by dou z hy is equals to minus epsilon dou square dou t ex. That's equation number 3. Now we need to differentiate equation number 2 with respect to z. So we get dou by dou z into dou by dou t hy is equals to minus 1 upon mu dou square ex upon dou z square. This is equation number 4. Now if you notice equation number 3 and equation number 4, the left hand side is equal, right? So what we do next, we will equate right hand sides of both the equations, 3rd and 4th. So we get epsilon dou square dou t square ex is equals to 1 upon mu dou square ex by dou z square, and when you again rearrange cross multiplication of epsilon here in denominator, we get dou square ex upon dou t square is equals to 1 upon mu epsilon dou square ex by dou z square, and that's equation number 5. Now we have seen velocity is equals to 1 upon under root of mu epsilon, where v is equals to velocity of propagation, okay, which is also called wave velocity, and for the free space this is denoted by c, and its value is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So here we have got one formula for velocity. So we will make some changes in equation number 5, and we get del square upon del t square ex is equals dou square upon dou t square ex is equals to v square into dou square ex by dou z square. This equation is called wave equation, right? Now what we will do, this wave equation, basically this is the differential equation of second order as the power is 2. When we solve this equation mathematically, we will get the solution as ex is equals to em plus em cos omega t minus beta z plus em cos omega t plus beta z volt per meter. Basically here we are getting two terms, em plus and em minus. If you notice, this equation number 7 is the sinusoidal function, which is consisting of two components, okay, two components of electric field. Which two components? em plus and em minus. This first component, which is em plus, it is basically called the component which is in forward direction, and this component is in backward direction, right? So what we can say, the wave consists of one component of field traveling in positive z direction and having amplitude of em plus, while the other component is having the amplitude of em minus and it is traveling in negative z direction. Now what we do, we will rewrite equation number 7. We are going to take omega term common from here, and this equation becomes ex is equals to em plus cos omega multiplied by t minus beta by omega z plus em minus cos omega into t plus beta upon omega z volt per meter. Now for this equation we will do partial differentiation 2 times with respect to z and with respect to t, and we get this equation as dou square by dou z square ex is equals to beta square upon omega square into dou square ex by dou t square, right? Now if you notice, this equation number 9 and previously we have seen equation number 6, these are both same equations, right? Now we will compare these two equations and we will get another expression of velocity as v is equals to omega by beta meter per second. Previous formula we have got as this one, and now we have got another formula as this one for velocity. Now as you see, this equation belongs to electric field. In the same way, by following the same procedure, we can derive the equation for magnetic field, but we have to consider other equation number 2. and we are going to put the value of Ex from the equation number 8. What we get after doing this procedure is dou by dou t h by is equals to minus 1 upon mu dou by dou z Em plus cos omega t minus beta upon omega z plus Em minus cos omega t plus beta upon omega z. Now we rearrange this equation and we get dou hy by dou t is equals to minus 1 upon mu beta Em plus sine, we are taking omega common, sine omega t minus beta upon omega z minus beta Em minus sine omega t plus beta upon omega z. Now if we integrate it both the sides, what we will get? Hy is equals to beta upon omega mu Em plus cos omega t minus beta upon omega z minus beta upon omega mu Em minus cos omega t plus beta upon omega z. Now from here, if you notice, we are getting the term as beta upon mu omega is equals to, here Em, we are getting this term. So for minus it is minus and for plus it is plus. So we can rewrite this equation as Hy is equals to Hm plus cos omega t minus beta z minus Hm minus cos omega t plus beta z ampere per meter. So we have got the equation for magnetic field also. Now what we can conclude with this all, that electric field and magnetic field, they together form a transverse electromagnetic wave. Okay, in both the equations you can see that one term is positive, means Em plus and Hm plus, and another term is negative, Em minus and Hm minus. So one term is forward term traveling in positive z direction, another one is in negative z direction, but they both have same velocity omega upon beta. So we can say that E and H are only the function of the direction of travel and time. Right? So this was about uniform plane wave. So I hope this topic is clear. Thank you very much.